Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shell and today I'm going to be showing you my makeup collection. This is one of my absolute favorite videos to watch on YouTube, so I hope you enjoy listening and seeing what I have in my own. So here's a bit of an overview of the space that I have to work with. My makeup collection is in our bedroom, so I really only have one small corner of the room to work with. There is a TV and the dresser off to the side, which I'm sure you recognize the dresser as coming from IKEA, because a lot of people have it. And my makeup collection sits in a corner of the room. I use primarily two shelves that were purchased from IKEA, a mirror that's also from IKEA, although I don't think it's available anymore. And then I have a small table with two drawers that I actually received from a friend when they were decluttering their apartment. So I'm really quite happy to have that because it's a nice piece and it fits perfectly in the corner. I actually am on the other side of the bedroom right now. I just have the camera zoomed in so that you can see an overview of the area. Because Toronto bedrooms are relatively small, it can be quite cramped. So anyway, let's zoom you in and take a closer look. On these two shelves, I store predominantly my palettes, which I really like the way they're set up because they're kind of like books. So they're, I don't know, like they're novels to me, right? So I get to use them every day and choose a different story, I guess you could say, which are unfortunately starting to pile up a little bit over here. To zoom you in a little bit closer so you can see my palettes, they're in no particular order. I do tend to stack things like the Urban Decay Nakeds together, the Too Faced chocolate bars are together, but other than that, they were mostly originally kind of designed in descending order, which there's no logic to that, but anyway. So I've got some Kat Von D here, more Kat Von D Too Faced, some Holiday Too Faced palettes, oops, Smashbox, more Too Faced, Urban Decay, twice here. There's the Balm, a Tarte blush palette, like I said, my Too Faced palettes, the chocolate bar palettes, the Urban Decay Nakeds. I've got another Smashbox here. This guy is, Urban Decay Electric, Laura Mercier, and then my Sleek palettes are here. I've got a Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette here, and then these, I would normally put them in this little container over here, but they're just not fitting right now, so I'm gonna have to declutter something. We've got a Charlotte Tilbury quad here, a Sephora Wonderful Dreams palette that was part of the holiday collection this year, a Hard Candy, and then some Inglass shades below. And then over here I have some smaller shadows and the like, so this is a quad, and then there's some NARS duos in there. I've got a lot of the Wet n Wild 6 pans, and then more of their 8 pans back here. And then some Sonia Kashuk palettes back here. I've got some Naked pigments back here. And then I've got 3 MAC palettes. And then 4 that are filled with Makeup Geek shadows. I am planning on doing a palette collection video at some point, so I'm not going to go through these all in depth right now because I will do that in that video, and that is going to be a long one for sure. Alright, switching to the top shelf up here. I have my Makeup Geek duochrome pigments that are sitting up here because I don't really have a place to put them right now. I've got this is gorgeous, this is the Guerlain Meteorites, and it's Les Flocons Enchantés. So I'm sure you've seen that online, but these guys are stunning. Again, don't have a really good place to put it, so I've just been lining it up on here. So for foundation, I keep them stacked up so I can see them at all times because I don't really wear foundations every single day. I need to have them more in my face or I just won't use them. So I have the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream, 2 Makeup Forever ones, the new Ultra HD Liquid and Stick. I've got some No. 7 ones here. That's the Boots House brand, and I freaking love No. 7. I just wish we had more access to them in Canada. I've got Illamasqua's Skin Base, which I purchased just as they were leaving Canada. And then I have a few Revlon Colorstays here, a Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, and a Neutrogena Healthy Skin in the back there. On the edge of that shelf, I keep my primers just in one of these old Bath & Body Works candle containers. So I've got a lot of Makeup Forever in here, Laura Geller, a small Smashbox one, and the Body Shop Vitamin C Instant Glow Enhancer, which I use primarily as a primer as well. Beside that, I have my MAC Mineralize Duos or Trios. These are quite old, and I do use them occasionally, but I don't reach for them nearly as often as I used to. You can't see that very well, so like these are old holiday ones. In the back I have some Halloween press-on nails that I won't be using until October, and then I just have some hand sanitizer in the back there as well. So the rest of my collection sits on the front of the desk with two little shelves that I think I got from Canadian Tire, and they work really well to hold some of my brushes, and then this one over here has products that I'm trying to use up or that are daily products. The rest of the containers that are on the desk came from like a variety of places. The ones containing the lipstick and the lip glosses on either sides probably came from like HomeSense or something like that, and I think they're called, like the company, yeah, Hotel Balfour. I've never heard of it. I can barely find them online, so I would recommend going to HomeSense to find them. And then a lot of the little containers are just emptied Bath & Body Works candles that I've scooped out the contents of and then cleaned up. The pretty container over here actually holds all my nail polishes. I'm not a big nail polish person, so when that thing gets filled up, I pretty much pull stuff out because I don't need to have more nail polish. Let's zoom in and we'll take a closer look. These containers hold some daily products for me. This one has any kind of mascara that I'm currently using. So I've got a Too Faced, this one's a colored Clarins one, which is really pretty. I've got a waterproof mascara because I always have one on hand. This one's by Wet n Wild. There's some concealer in here, but I'm not a daily concealer wearer. And then my regular mascaras, which is the Makeup Forever, a white concealer from Inglot, which is great for Halloween. And I have a brow pencil, which should not be in there. Let's move that. I also keep a pair of tweezers back here, and whoop, my Duo lash adhesive, just because it's easier to find there. These are the majority of my eye brushes. I have mostly MAC and then a whole bunch of Real Techniques because they are equally awesome, and then just a random assortment of other stuff that come in kits. And I can't find any right now. Where the hell are they? These dual-ended brushes. Oh. And over here contains my smaller brushes that are used for like smudging out the lower lash line, and then sometimes some lining brushes. So over here is more like daily products or products I'm trying to use up. I've got a MAC quad of shadows that I'm trying to finish. I've got this Hourglass Ethereal Light that I've been trying to finish up through all of last year, and still I'm not done with it. I've got my eye primers that sit in a shot glass, Wet n Wild single because it's a perfect brow bone color. Brow product that just sits better up here, a depotted lipstick because I'm a lipstick killer and break everything. And then just the e.l.f. Daily Moisture Stick, some setting powder, and then a Manhattan primer as well. Alright, off in the corner here, this is where I keep my nail polishes, and that's it. There might be 20 of them in there, that's it. I don't really wear nail polish at all. In the back are mascaras or primers that I have yet to open and will eventually use. In the front here, this is my brow products. So I've got an Essence, it's like an eyebrow gel, I guess. My NYX Micro Brow, because I use that constantly. Some sharpeners are in here as well, and my preferred brow brush for pomades and the like, and it's the Morphe M160. In the back there, I have my Too Faced melted lipsticks, and I think I've got maybe 15 to 20 of them. There's also some ColourPop mixed in there, just because I had no other place to put them. And I keep my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge back there as well. I have some Bioderma with a pump top, which is fantastic for putting a cotton pad on it and just pushing down so that the product comes back up. And then there's some Q-tips and some cotton pads beside it. In the front, I keep palettes that I'm currently working on or have yet to try out. So right now I've got two Lorac palettes. So the Unzipped Gold and then the Mega Pro 2. These are usually palettes that I'm working on a challenge week for. Although I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to be doing one for the Mega Pro 2 because there's just way too many shadows in it, and even just doing 5 looks would not be enough to show you how good this palette is. This keeps the bulk of my lipsticks. I have my MAC in front, some limited edition one, and like my favorite one, which is MAC's Relentlessly Red. I just love that color. So yes, limited edition MAC here. I've got some Too Faced La Creme lipsticks here. In the back are a bunch of Maybelline, some Revlon, some Wet n Wild, and then the NARS Duo gift from last year. Charlotte Tilbury's here, and then some Rimmel ones back here. I love the Apocalypse, but apparently they've been discontinued, so if you can see them still in the drugstore, definitely pick them up. As well as what do they call these now? Provocalypse. So we went from Apocalypse to Provocalypse. These are more permanent though. Like these lock onto your lips like a liquid lipstick, although they're not nearly as drying, versus these are more like the melted lipsticks. I've got a Bourjois here, another MAC that I don't have space for up there, 2 Clarins ones, a Revlon lip butter, which is my last remaining one. I used to have like 10 of them and then I finished them all up, and then a Hard Candy lipstick back here. All right, rotating you to the middle of the desk, I keep my face brushes back here. These are almost all Real Techniques, and they are the bulk of what I use on my face. I've got like the occasional MAC one and some lash curlers back there, but mostly this is Real Techniques brushes. This pot is what I have purchased or been gifted and have not yet used. I like to put everything that I haven't used yet in a container so that it at least reminds me to try it out before I put it back into the rest of my collection. These products in this container are products that I was given by PR and have yet to test out or use, so I make sure that I put those in a separate container so I know to use them next time I'm doing my makeup. So I've got some Wet n Wild Photo Focus, oh, that's the French, setting spray, Dacium Photography Foundation. I've got some Wet n Wild in here, quite a bit because I just went to one of their events, an Essence bronzer, and just some other things in there. This brush container over here is kind of brushes that I don't use as much, but I don't want to put away on the off chance that I will use them or need them at some point. And moving on to the last makeup organizer that I have. This holds primarily my glosses. I'm not a huge gloss person, but I do make some exceptions. The NYX Butter Glosses are so easy to wear, so I keep those on hand. And then these 2 Sephora, they're kind of like holographic duochrome. These are crazy. Like, these are crazy good. They're so reflective, and so I like the fact that it kind of glows on my lips. So I have those. I have 2 NARS multiples back here, a Lit Glitter Glue, which I'll show you my lit glitters later on. These are my gel liners, so I have Inglot, and this guy I love. The 79 gel liner, it's red, fantastic. And then brown from MAC, as well as a green and a blue. And that's it for that side. Over here I keep this is kind of a mishmash and I don't really like it, but what are you gonna do? These have my Bite lipsticks here, a random Wet n Wild liner there, a Makeup Forever liner. This is a Elizabeth Mott, I think. Yes, it is. Tints and Sass. This thing is fantastic for cheeks and lip. And then these are pencil liners with some liquid thrown in, and these should be my liquid liners, but things get kind of disorganized after a while. And then these are my kind of like stick lip products with some lip liners in the back, and then my my NYX jumbo pencils that I use as bases for looks. All right, moving on to, I just hope this doesn't drop. Okay, this is my blush, pigments and glitter, and eyelashes drawer. So my blush is occasionally very nicely placed. Like I have my Tarte blushes right here, the Clinique Cheek Pop in Colourpop right here, some NYX Bobbi Brown and Illamasqua, which is fantastic, and then cat hair, of course. Sleek, MAC is all along here, an Hourglass blush and a Cargo one. And then this is where it gets kind of messy. I've got some stuff stacked in here that it makes it really difficult to see. So this is the MAC, this was limited edition last year. It's Ripe Peach. And then I've got an Australis, Mary Kay. There's some Wet n Wild down here that's all stacked up. And then a Laura Geller one that I just got from Sarah and I'm loving. And then there's some Essence down here, a Burberry, another Laura Geller, Hard Candy, some Essence, the Milani, I call them rose blushes. Is that even what they're called? Anyway, they have the rose shape on it that everyone knows. And then back here is just my Hourglass. Ooh, okay, try not to blind you. Blush palette. I've got to find a better way to stack these up, but at this point I don't have a better solution because there's not a whole lot of space to grow in this area right now. Across here are my pigments. There's a lot of MAC down here. There's some Illamasqua and Makeup Geek ones in their older packaging. And then Got a little bit of Too Faced, and then some random glitters that don't even have names. Like, I don't even know how I got this. Probably a swap or something. And this really old Tony and Tina glitter. And I don't know how many people are going to remember this brand, but it's probably 15 years old, something like that. Just going to bring you a bit closer so you can see what's in the back here. I keep my House of Lashes back here, and I've already talked about this, but they're pretty much my favorite brand ever. Like, I don't intend to use another brand. And I keep my lit glitters back here. I have 10 of them, and then there's some MAC Reflect pigments back here too. They're glitters, they're not pigments. And I also have a unique Fiber Lash Extensions mascara, which I really only pull out very, very infrequently, to the point where I should probably throw it out thinking about it. So that's my blush, pigment, and lashes drawer. Alright, this last drawer contains my bronzers and highlighters and eyeshadow singles. And this thing is like a mess all the time. I do my best to keep the bronzers stacked here, but sometimes if they're too big of a bronzer, like this enormous Essence one, you can't put them down or the drawer won't close. They kind of just fall towards the back, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I have Bourjois, this one's an SST Cosmetics, a Joe Fresh one that I'm getting so close to finishing, so I'm excited. Makeup Forever, Body Shop, MAC, Soap and Glory, Hard Candy, NYC, random Little Mermaid one that I got just because of the packaging, another Makeup Forever, Manhattan bronzer, and then a Physicians Formula in the back. I have 2 of the Revlon Bronzed in Chic because when it first came out I loved it, and then I got obsessed with it and wanted to make sure I have a backup, but a backup at this point is totally useless when you've got this many bronzers. An Essence one, like I've already pointed out. This one smells like coconut, that's cool. And then in the front I have a Quo contouring one. I don't contour a lot, so I mostly, if I get a contour product, I basically use it like a bronzer. I have a Body Shop Bronzer Dome. I love this thing. And then a bunch of ColourPop shadows back here, which I only use infrequently because I don't like that you have to use them with your finger. I mean, you can use them with a brush, but the color impact is just not there. So I don't reach for them as often. And unfortunately, some of these have actually started to dry out, even though I have like cranked that lid shut. So that's a bit of a bummer. I have one of my favorite eyeshadows back here, the Creolon UV Red. Love this thing. An SST Cosmetics shadow that's very similar to MAC Sketch. Just an Essence Baked eyeshadow. Some more Essence Duos, an H&M Red eyeshadow. That I was so excited that the brand put out something this, like, red. And then my L'Oreal Infallibles, which are just fantastic, and I definitely don't reach for them enough. Does anybody else have that problem? Like, you have eyeshadow singles, but you always reach for your palettes because it's just way more convenient? Yeah, huge issue for me. I have 2 Lise Wattier shadows there, and then a Josie Maran, the coconut watercolor eyeshadows that you have to shake up. And over on this side are my highlighters. So I've got, of course, Becca's Champagne Pop. I've got a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is Soft and Gentle, and this was pretty much the first highlighter I ever owned, so I'm actually starting to hit pan here, which is kind of exciting. I have a Hard Candy blush, but on me this is basically a highlighter, so that's why it's over here. The much coveted MAC Whisper of Guilt, a Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo, and a Too Faced Candlelight. And then I have a Josie Maran Argan Enlighten Illuminizer, another Body Shop highlighting dome here. I have the well-loved Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. And then I've got a Soap and Glory Glow All Out, a Dior Amber Diamonds that was hugely popular a few years ago, and then a Hard Candy, Tiki. As well as, and some of you may laugh or not even recognize this kind of packaging, this is a really old, you can tell because I've busted the shit out of it, MAC Iridescent Powder in Silver Dusk. And like, they don't even make them this fat anymore. In fact, this product is pretty much totally gone. I think they discontinued it, but I just love it so much that I've kept it even though it is really, really old. There's nothing wrong with it though. It's still a powder, it doesn't smell funny, and it's gorgeous. So I keep that. And here's some Nemo footage for you. Nemo! Hello. Hi. You're on camera. So that was my whole collection. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!